As of today, the Father is saying that because I have time, you also have time. For the time being, time is not a scarce resource in your life. Rather, you have the ability to make use of it. As a means of becoming a servant to my children, I made time for myself. In the same way that I placed Adam in the garden, I placed you in your life to tend to keep, and to encompass your life with your influence and your vision. Communicate with the components of your life and give them orders in accordance with the promises that are found in my word. Take a bold stance against the onslaught of damnation that is being directed at you by opening your mouth. Let your words be strong in contrast to the circumstances of your life that are in direct opposition to the promises that I have made to you. You have been armed, and I have provided you with the necessary equipment. If you give me a wide opening, I will load your mouth with food. My words will be released, and I will flood your life with the material manifestation of the promises that I have made to you. In your circumstances, this is not the hour of disappointment, rather, it is the hour of blessing and breakthrough that has been appointed before you. This liberation that I am bringing into existence has been heralded in the halls of heaven and in the world of the spiritual. It is therefore time for you to be released and for you to be allowed to go. Any enemy who chooses to refrain from doing so does so at their own peril, for I will repay with affliction all those who cause you grief, declares God. Dearly beloved, I implore you to think freedom rather than bondage, and you will be free, for a man is nothing more than the thoughts that he entertains in his heart. In addition, I implore you to act freely, and the shackles that are attempting to tie you will be rendered helpless in the face of your actions. Be aware that I come to provide you with freedom, and that you will in fact be free to fulfill all of the requirements of righteousness, says the Father. Today, the Father declares that no weapon that is fashioned against you will be successful. Undoubtedly, you do have a foe. No, he is keeping an eye out for you. Despite the fact that he is following you, I am following him in order to undermine all of his strategies and methods with regard to you. If you are walking in my fullness today, the enemy is operating at a deficit, yet you are making progress. After everything is said and done, it is not possible that his goals and objectives will be successful. Hear the sound of my voice. During the night, my words are resonating through you, and even during the day, my intentions are whispering to you. Walk with confidence, for I am the voice that is speaking to you over your shoulder and saying, "This is the way, walk you in it." Confidence is essential. The gavel of divine justice is coming down in your favor today, says God, and you will be completely vindicated. I dare you to assume upon my favor and my goodness today, for I am saying that the gavel of divine justice falls in your favor. Here and now, the Father is saying, I am showing up and showing out in the circumstances that are occurring today. Today, I bring the manifestation of my power into your life so that it can make a difference in everything that you are being challenged with. You will experience the consequences of the cross in your life, God says. I did not make the sacrifice of the cross in order to keep a respectful distance from the issue that you are facing. The Father continues, I am changing things, and I am up to my elbows and covered up in what you are going through today. I am also changing other things. Don't let the lies of the adversary distract you from what I am doing. Instead, open your eyes to what I am doing. Find out what it is that I am doing. Encourage me in what I am doing. I want you to recognize what I am doing and then talk to it. Allow it to work with you. You should not let anything prevent you from participating in the activity that I am performing in your life right now in order to get you closer to your destiny. The Father has instructed you to take flight at this moment. Have you given any thought to the possibility of translation functioning as a mode? Your situation has been thrown into disarray by my sudden appearance, and I have agitated your nest. I have made it difficult for you to continue to remain in the way that you are right now. The soft down that was characteristic of mother's feathers has been replaced with sharp sticks and twigs. The time has come for you to take flight, since you are not from below, rather, you are from above. You are a creature of the sky, and even from this day forward, you are a new creation in Christ. The table of my abundance is waiting for you. Come with faith, and come willing to receive. According to the Father, there is a feast that can be discovered in the region that is above. It is only the remnants of other people that you will find where you are right now. To scratch the ground like a barnyard chicken is not what I intended when I called you. You are destined to reach great heights, and it is through those heights that I am urging you to soar. The Father has spoken to us today, saying, I am working and bringing about my perfect will in your life, regardless of what things look like. It is not true that I am a God who is unoccupied. In no way am I a father who is absent. I am supervising all of the actions that are taking place in your life today and providing any support that is required. Angels who have been assigned to your life are currently engaged in their duties. There is a comprehensive work being done, and there will be nothing left out since you are concerned about it. When you have a sense of disconnection from me, or when the intensity of my presence in your life begins to lessen, you should move closer to me. Allow your thoughts to remain still and focused on what I am doing in the world and in your situation. Make me the focus of your thoughts. Look for me within your heart. Try to locate me in the lives of other people and seek me out there. I will be discovered by those who are looking for me. Your love for me will be rekindled, and the joy of your salvation will be reignited, as I will do both of these things. In a minute, I will come to your aid, and you will be filled with immense joy by my arrival. In today's message, the Father declares, My kingdom that is within you is that which cannot be shaken. The earth is trembling, and the economy is in a state of instability. There is a state of upheaval in societies all throughout the world. Run toward my name, because my name is the tall tower where safety can be discovered and security can be established in its entirety. Visit me, those of you who are exhausted and burdened with a heavy load. I am the safe haven of unshakable shelter, even in the face of failure from friends, family, or even the crust of the earth beneath your feet. Maintain the attitude of love and self-assurance at all times. It is important to keep in mind that complete love eliminates fear as well as the dangers and suffering caused by the adversary. The Father says, Do not be afraid. Do not give in to the feeling of being overwhelmed or taken over by your dismay. Talk to me about it. I have arrived, and I am paying attention. My presence is present in your circumstances, and I am going before you, behind you, and all around you in order to support and elevate you. At this very moment, put all of your existence in me and rest in His presence. As a measure of the finality of my love, the Father says today that I created eternity as a measure of eternity. Heaven and earth, as well as the entirety of human history and experience, are not capable of encompassing or defining the borders of my love. You have my love. Today, I adore you much. Love is not only what I accomplish on a regular basis but also who I am. My love is the protection that is wrapped about you, protecting and caring for all of the affairs of your life. As you go about your day, take comfort in my love and know that it is the wrapping around you. Your life is about to get a little more shiny today thanks to me. The aroma of a brand new automobile would be what you would smell if you were able to get a whiff of your future. When it comes to me, the Father says, each and every day that you wake up is just like seeing Christmas morning. Today, I want you to feel as enthusiastic as you do about your life. I have made the decision, says the Father, to not exclude you or to permit you to experience any kind of deficiency in any form. I will not wear you out in the same way that the shoes of the Israelites did not wear out while they were wandering in the wilderness. Considering that I would be concerned about the state of a pair of shoes, how much more would I be concerned about you? Today, the Father says, the awkward position that you find yourself in now is orchestrated by my hand, to bring you to this point of death to self so that my resurrection power will be fully at work in you. This is the purpose of the awkward position that you find yourself in. Despite the fact that this appears to be the conclusion of something, it is in fact the beginning of a new season that will bring about a life that is resurrected, abundant, and full of fruitfulness. The life that you are living is one of harvest, and you will bring a great deal of fruit into the kingdom. You are qualified for this since it is a part of your destiny, and the training and preparation times have prepared you for it. Sure, you meet the requirements. Mainly due to the fact that you have allowed yourself to be the grain of corn that fell to the ground and died to yourself in order to ensure that you do not remain alone but rather bear a great deal of fruit for the purpose and assignment that you have been given by the Father. I am introducing you to this purpose here and now. In preparation for a meeting, there is a setup. You are going to be resurrected by the same Spirit that brought Jesus back to life after he had been dead. This power of the resurrection and the Spirit of the resurrection is your launch pad, which will propel you to greater heights. You will reach tremendous heights and have a significant impact, says God. Therefore, my dearly beloved, do not be concerned. Instead, put your faith in the hand of compassion that has led you to this point. It is the same hand that will establish you in the blessing and give you a new life in Christ with this enormous destiny to fulfill and accomplish. May it be so. Those individuals who I discover alert during the third watch of the night will be blessed, according to what the Father has revealed to me today. It is your responsibility to attend to the affairs of your Father whenever and wherever you find the opportunity to do so. When you labor with me to bring kingdom superintendence over your life and the lives of those to whom I hold you accountable, I will work with you to accomplish this. I want your mind to think about those valuable charges in the same way that I do. Give your mouth permission to pray and proclaim my words over them while it is nighttime. It is the Father who declares that I will perform and execute the same things that you declare and decree, and that none of your words will be thrown down to the ground. I am growing, both in myself and in the delight that I experience in you. I am the source of all your happiness. There is more of me that you are able to take pleasure in. On the inside of you, take pleasure in me and who I am. Take pleasure in putting who I am into action via your prayers and through your faith in the circumstances of your life today. I am going to fulfill your life, fulfill your needs, and fulfill your expectations to an extraordinary degree. Now is the moment, according to the Father, to investigate the predispositions that have been implanted in you. In what ways have you found yourself or others, particularly your brothers and sisters in the body of Christ, to be guilty because of a disagreement with the manner in which they believe in me, how they serve me, or how they worship me. You behave in the same manner when you pass harsh judgment on other people. You are one of the many people who are in need of a Savior. Do you feel that you have reached the pinnacle of perfection through your belief? Take care not to be fooled. I am both the Lord and the Savior. I deliver you from dangers that you are not even conscious of on a daily basis. I am shedding light on the path ahead of you, and you are making progress. Take a step into the miraculous growth of my Spirit, which will bring growth to my mature sons and daughters who have been prepared to teach truth and wisdom at this time. Because of the training you have received and the fact that you are becoming more skilled in the word of righteousness, your senses are able to differentiate between good and evil at this point in time. You should not condemn someone for their acts or deem them to be undeserving of receiving mercy and grace simply because you observe that they have a dark side, especially if that dark side is the product of their own disobedience. What's more, it's not so that you may flee, hide, and dismiss the problems that you observe. It is appropriate to confront someone at some times, but this should be the exception rather than the rule. Raise yourself up in the freedom that Christ has bestowed upon you, walk in love, and avoid becoming entangled with these roots of servitude. All of these behaviors, self-sabotage, self-referral, self-righteousness, self-consciousness, and selfish ambition, have their origins in fear and are influenced by the seeds that are planted in the lives of other people. If you are using your words to convey their loss, you should not be surprised if the results you get are not the successes you had hoped for. You will walk in it to the extent that you are walking in the power of my love, despite the fact that you have access to all the power that exists in heaven and earth. I promise that I will make it happen for you what you make happen for other people. You should pray for those individuals with whom you may disagree to bring about change and a breakthrough. This will ensure that the sacrifice I made for them was not in vain, but rather that they will have the faith to believe, get deliverance, freedom, and empowerment to flourish and become everything they were meant to be. I am initiating a new endeavor at this very moment, the Father declares to us today. Due to the fact that I am speaking in every conceivable way, it is essential that you are unrestricted and unobstructed. The occurrence of those little confirmations is not a coincidence. The more you notice them, the greater and more regular they become. Walking moment by moment with me takes on a new significance that is more substantial. After then, all of a sudden, you are presented with the overall picture, which includes all of the significant little bits of your life experiences up to this point, which are brought to your attention. Additionally, it shows to you how you have been hearing me all this time, things that have happened, even things that seem unimportant. I will show you how they fit together and have gotten you to this position. Some of this is done so that you can recognize the trauma for what it was, forgive it, let go of it, and get rid of it. Now is the time to let go of the obsession with constant analysis, which only serves to cause confusion and worry. It is a waste of time and energy to have the feeling that you need to know everything before the event. I reveal things to you at the appropriate moment so that you can cope with them rather than analysis and worry about them. When you wait on me, I reveal things. This season has been a season of growth despite the challenges and the waiting that has required it. You are one of a kind, with distinctive gifts, talents, and abilities that are not found in anybody else. No one else possesses a similar set of these qualities. Despite the fact that you have not yet identified it, your life does have a purpose. Whether you obey or disobey, there are souls that are tied to your situation. In the event that you are able to hear me, see me, and realize the several ways in which I interact with you, it will just serve to inform you that I possess and will continue to desire more. There is a great deal more that I possess and would like to give to you, mysteries of the kingdom that I would like to reveal, and love and power that I would like to pour out in and through you. During the process of cleaning out the dullness from your hearing, the leftover specks that were left in your eyes from that beam, and the things that you removed from your heart and life that create accusations or criticalness, you are cleaning out the dullness. When this occurs, you will be able to hear clearly and provide directions to other people, and you will see your destiny unfolding in front of you. You are about unity, harmony, and peace as you walk in love, and upon this day, I am directing my blessing to be bestowed upon you. There are many opportunities to be bothered and divided from your fellow brothers and sisters, the Father says today. Those opportunities are plentiful. What concerns you about other people? That is the prayer that you are now tasked with praying for. Were you not pleased with the worship or the sermon given to you? The accuser is the one who delivers criticism and incorrect judgment, which ultimately leads to condemnation and bondage. If you talk against it, you are agreeing with the accuser. If you choose to disregard it, you are, in a sense, agreeing with it because you are not taking any action to attempt to alter it. To answer your question, yes, I do nothing. However, I do expose it to my prophets so that they can pray and speak my word in relation to the circumstance. Healing, deliverance, and freedom are the words that I speak. The fact that everyone is listening to what I have to say through their own particular experiences of trauma distorts my voice and brings about feelings of unforgiveness, pride, guilt, humiliation, and fear, all of which are caused by trauma. A significant amount of healing is required in order to clean the lens and allow you to see things as I see them. When it comes to the things that many people in the church get hung up on, I don't get hung up on them. Your perception is clouded by criticism, and as a result, you are unable to distinguish between the trees and the forest. A slight deviation from the intended path at the outset can quickly escalate into a long-term derailment that calls for healing and deliverance to straighten up. My presence in heaven does not consist of observing and pointing out and correcting every mistake that people make. Bankers acquire the ability to differentiate between genuine currency and counterfeit by carefully examining each and every detail, which enables them to spot the differences in an instant. When my children are learning about me, who I am, and what I do, I am filled with joy with the knowledge that they are absorbing from my word. I am in the process of becoming who you are, and I am flowing through you. Currently, your life is on a path that is destined to undergo complete alteration and restoration. I am able to release both my power and my results with more words and more faith. There is a message from the Father that says, I am delivering you from warfare, conflict, and disharmony. Strife and disagreement are the elements that the adversary of your soul thrives on. The atmosphere that is characterized by cutting remarks and unpleasant glances is the one that he searches for. Above anything else that occurs throughout the day, allow my peace to govern your demeanor and the words that you speak. Your heart should be the place where you make the decision that love will be the law that you walk in today. Love has the ability to suffocate the adversary and impede his activities and operations in your life. It is essential for your success in the task that this day represents that you allow my love to find expression in your life throughout the following several hours. This is because it is essential for your accomplishment in the assignment. When viewed through the lens of the adversary, love is a toxic vapor. The love that I am pouring out of you causes him to be oblivious to the things that I am accomplishing in your life and causes him to become defensive. Today, you will have experiences that will allow you to step out of love. You must not give in to it. When you let go of my love in a given circumstance, you should not let the harsh deeds of other people take away the power and supremacy that you walk in. Despite the fact that all other feelings and sensations are unable to succeed, love will continue to triumph over all. I am love, and I want you to be love as well. Love represents who I am. I am the source of love, says the Father. Love is born from inside me. Love should not only be your behavior, rather, it should be your fundamental being who you are. After that, it will become perfectly effortless and flawless. You make it possible for me to triumph over all of the techniques that hell has to offer when you give love the opportunity to find expression in your life. At that point, you will witness the miracle that you have prayed for and hardly have the courage to believe. It can be obtained by traveling on the wings of love. According to what the Father has revealed to us today, hindrance from the devil will not prevent you from hearing my voice and knowing what will happen tomorrow. In the Word of God, I stated that when my sheep hear my voice, they will not follow any other voice. You will be able to hear me with complete clarity so long as you continue to live out of your sheep nature. When your hearing is impaired, it is not because the adversary has placed his fingers in your ear, rather, it is because he has placed his thoughts in your head. Still the questions that are going through your head, says the Father, and my voice will come through to you in a gentle and quiet manner. The Father instructs us to be still and to know. I will calm the mental storm and soothe the waves of emotion that occasionally threaten to overwhelm you. I will do this for you. Your focus and your heart should be directed on the quiet that is where I reside within you. During that period of silence, my voice will be heard without any doubt or uncertainty, and it will ask, "Is that you, Father?" I have decreed that you will be a listener, declares the Father. I have provided you with ears to listen to. Within the domain of eternity, I have provided you with eyes that allow you to observe what is going on around you. Go against the grain of your sheep nature. What exactly does that say? Keep your life based on your complete reliance on me for every single breath you take and every single choice you make. Stop the wild ideas that are drowning out every other voice in the room. My voice is the only one that will continue to be heard in the silence that will come to you as you learn to be still. The Father instructs us to be still and to know. If you practice stillness today, you will eventually arrive at the intimacy that you are looking for, which is beyond the demands and raging of natural things. The Father has informed us that a conflict is currently taking place over regions. This conflict is a spiritual war, and I have entrusted my angels of war with the responsibility of fighting and contending for your share. Take up positions and engage in combat with them in order to protect the boundaries of your territory. As a warrior, you should allow the warrior spirit that resides within you to come to life and draw upon the weapons of combat in order to fight. The Father continues, I have trained your hands to war and your fingers to fight, so that you are well equipped and better informed of the rules of engagement in this kind of territorial warfare. I have also prepared your fingers to fight by training them to fight. It is soon going to be reflected in the natural world because the spiritual landscape is undergoing a transformation, and there is a competition for territory. Because I promised to widen your tent and stretch out the curtains of your house during this season, you should get ready to lengthen your cords and strengthen your stakes. The huge and effective doors that I am opening for you will be the evidence that this is how things are going to turn out. You will, however, have to compete with a large number of adversaries in order to gain access to these doors. Your successes in the realms of the spirit and in the natural will be your inheritance that will be awarded to you in this new dawn era, declares God. This inheritance will be your inheritance. All the elements are in place, and you can now see where you are going. You must fight for and gain control of your share of this territory. By taking these activities, you will give the angels the ability to battle and bring you victory after victory until all of your adversaries are vanquished and you are able to possess the land. It is the Father who promises, "I will give you rest on every side, and you will experience a peace that surpasses all understanding." This peace will enable you to rejoice and take pleasure in the spoils of war. The Father has spoken to you today, saying that you have been redeemed by the one thing in the earth that the adversary is unable to taint. Blood of Christ is the one thing that cannot be corrupted by the adversary, by man, or by the passage of time. Through the spiritual authority that you possess, you are able to apply the pure blood of my humanity to your life. In addition to being accessible to you through the words that you speak, the blood of Christ is also available to you. That blood is the source of my life. My holiness, my strength, and my supply are all contained within that blood, states the Father. By infusing the words of your mouth with the tone, "I apply the blood," you are bringing something that is unblemished and unadulterated into your mouth, and you are also sanctifying the entire atmosphere that is surrounding you. The moment I applied my blood to the mercy seat in the royal room, it caused the heavens to be transformed entirely. Heaven underwent a transformation that would last for all eternity as a result of the sanctification of the altar in heaven by something that was both holy and profoundly human. It was at that very moment when the angels covered their eyes with their wings. They were witnessing something for the very first time that they did not comprehend and were aware that they would never comprehend as well. "Holy," they screamed out while weeping. "Sacred! Sacred, when you invoke the efficacy of my shed blood, this scenario is played out in your life," says the Father. This is the scene that you are living. The enemy despises the blood because he is unable to seize it or get around the power that it possesses. Therefore, this is the day to open your mouth and spiritually apply the blood that was shed for you. The doorposts of your heart should be covered with it. Put it on your lips and do so. Put it into practice at your house, with your loved ones, and with everything else you own. Apply the blood, says the Father, and at that very instant, you will activate heaven on your earth and bring protection and provision as well as my presence to bear on everything that is in you and everything that is related to you. The Father has informed us that we are going to be going back to some of our previous experiences today. I want to reaffirm to you today that I am faithful, and I also want to correct some drift in your thinking around what you believe I will and will not do in your life. I made a commitment to you in the past, and the time that has passed since then has been quite lengthy. The process of searching the horizon for an answer that you are not certain you would recognize if it were revealed begins to get monotonous. Are you not aware that I have made a certain commitment to you, says the Father? Abraham made the mistake of coming up with a clever way that the impossible can be worked out on a human level. Therefore, you should not make the same mistake that Abraham did. Would you truly like to have an experience with Ishmael? You shall not be in want, I stated in my word, and I breathed into your heart a promise some time ago. I am the one who supplies you with goods and services, and I am also the one who refines that promise, says the Father. I never arrive late, and I never fail to meet my obligations. It is not accurate to say that the solutions I am providing to you are lacking in any way. I am going to handle the entire bundle of issues that you are dealing with, and I am going to blast the adversary with a single blast delivered through my nostrils. There will be no more recollection of him. As the Father puts it, there is no way that failure could occur. It is not a part of either my character or my kingdom of existence. Not only will I not let you fail, but I will also not allow you to fail. You are familiar with this location. Was I not able to get it through at that time? In light of this, put your faith in me right now and proceed forward, for I am both behind and beside you. I am both ahead of and deeper than you. When you arrive on the day of the war, you will see that I am the one who is waiting there to fulfill every pledge of assistance and alliance that you have made. The Father has revealed to us today that Solomon's intention in constructing the temple was to create a location where the Ark of my presence could be housed. While I was on the cross, I made sure that there would be a spot for you right here by me. In the process of making preparations, I was ensuring that the Ark of my presence would reside within you, accompany you, and rest upon you in all of your everyday activities and even during your entire life. When I blessed the house that Solomon constructed, I am also blessing the house that you are, as well as the temple that you are. I am looking at you with my eyes wide open, says the Father. Due to the fact that you are the temple that was not constructed by human hands, I have established my name within the house that you are. My reverence is not directed toward the structures that man may construct, rather, it is directed toward the temple that was built within you by the sufferings of the cross. My favor is reserved for you, says the Father, for you are the dwelling place of which Solomon's home, in all of its splendor, was but a shadow. As part of my agreement with Solomon, I promised to pay attention to the prayers that were directed toward that house. Furthermore, did I not mention that you are my house and that the kingdom of God operates inside you? You are able to rely upon the resources and graces that are already stored up within you when you invoke me via prayer. Throughout the night and day, the angels of God are on their way to you and ascending from above. The Father urges you to not have a casual attitude toward my temple. It is important that you respect that temple and realize that I am not a distant God but rather a close God who is paying attention to every prayer that you have even at this very moment. Today, the Father instructs you to disbelieve the false evidence that your life is devoid of both lack and absence. You are not destitute, you are brimming with my completeness, which fills everything in its entirety. My glory may and will manifest as you rest in me, putting your attention on me and exalting in the rest where I cause the weary to rest. Yes, there are things that need to show up in the temporal timeline of your situation, but my glory can and does manifest while you rest in me. God says, I am all about making your yoke easy and your burden light. It is impossible for the strict taskmasters of religious mindset to acknowledge the presence of my tranquility in your life. You will be subjected to a never-ending stream of labor, and they will put on you religious rigors that they would not lift with a single finger. They have claimed, the burden of the Lord, the burden of the Lord, but I tell you that the burden of the Lord is the word that is coming out of your mouth. Are these words of complaint and disbelief, or are they words of power and spirit? Reject all of these false burdens. The time has come for you, declares God. Your time has arrived, and it is your turn to emerge into a new state of rest and a refreshed blessing. Take it into your possession and make it manifest as your portion from my hand today. Today, the Father has revealed that the levees that have been retaining your breakthrough waters are breaching in order to grant you access. Put forth your best effort, praying a wide variety of prayers, and do not stop. As you continue to pray with a great deal of passion until you finally succeed in breaking through, you will be able to enter. You are being promoted, and in order to become a member of a group of people who have been selected for advancement, you are required to pass an exam. God adds that the test will also establish your awareness in the Spirit during the process. You will be prompted to drink from the spiritual waters that are deep. Your need for education, knowledge, and comprehension will be satiated by these waters. Instead than kneeling down to drink when the time comes, it is crucial to sip from the water as it is being offered. The Father states that this ensures that you have reached the age of maturity and are prepared to embark on kingdom endeavors. Beloved, today is the day that the pendulum in your favor swings in the opposite direction. Because the heavens will be raining, you should treat today as if it were a special day. When you see signs of rain and feel it drip down your neck, you will know that it is time to break through, says God. Be expectant and take up prayer postures with your head between your knees until you see rain and feel it flow down your neck during this time. The Father reminds you that many of your contemporaries have already gone ahead of you. Therefore, you should obtain heavenly speed and acceleration in order to outpace and exceed them until the last become the first. There is a message from the Father that says, I am not working with a plan, I am working with you. I am working with both of you to accomplish what I will if it is to my satisfaction. There have been many who have taught and said otherwise, but they have me completely wrong. I am the God who orchestrates both the process and the result, and this moment has been set aside for you. Put an end to the notion that one day, or someday, is a random point in time at which my promise might be fulfilled for you. Currently, it is raining on you, and as the rain of my Spirit falls on you, you are able to reign in me. You should not be considered a victim, rather, you are a victor, and victory is yours to enjoy. Yes, I am the God who ensures that you will always be victorious. Moving from glory to glory and from faith to faith, not occasionally or once in a while but continually and all the time, moving from one glory to the next. Tragic events take place, and disappointment is a fleeting and ephemeral moment that occurs only in the midst of long-lasting seasons of complete breakthrough and utter and evident blessing. You are not under a curse. You were told by your adversary that you were cursed, but where would the curse originate from if I were to take it to the cross? Would it be possible for the curse that was placed on you to have evaded the explosion of my power that occurred on the cross? Oh, no, it did not. Consequently, in this day and age, when everything is shifting and changing and you are entering your now season, you should strive to be a father-pleaser and accept the certainty of my favor in your life. I have prepared a place for you by me, and I am not a distant God or a far-off God, says the Father today. I have made a place for you within me. As close as the breath that comes through your nose, I am. To get to me, you just need to cleave to a piece of wood. If you are able to lift a stone, you will discover me. Take a look at that circumstance. The adversary has stated that I am far away and not aiding you, and you will see that I am looking back around at you. I am a God who is present in the here and now, and I am a God who is right here. I am the one who moves and transforms the situation from one of resentment and disappointment into one of blessings that are more than you could ever ask or think. It is that which I am. In other words, that is what I do. According to the Father, I am a good God, and I am successful in whatever I do. I am currently working, and I am prepared to defend you in any way I can. Although the pressure is severe, I want you to know that it is precisely via the pressure that you will enter my kingdom. You are breaking out into the kingdom when you press into the strain with joyful abandon, because when you press into the pressure, you discover the kingdom. You are withdrawing from your breakthrough if you run away from the pressure, and that is not what I have in mind for you or what I feel about you. The time has come. It is time, and the moment has come for you to fulfill your demands in front of my throne.